The 2026 World Supersport Championship has officially become a battleground of conflicting ideologies, upending everything we thought we knew about the middleweight class. On one side of the paddock sits the radically reimagined 2026 Ducati Panigale V2, a machine that has boldly forsaken raw power in pursuit of absolute dynamic purity. On the other looms a terrifyingly ambitious newcomer, the ZXMOTO 820RR from Chongqing. This is no longer just a comparison of two motorcycles. It is a fundamental clash between Italy's new philosophy of less is more and an unapologetic, brute force engineering assault from China that refuses to be ignored. Let's first dissect the barbarian at the gates. The ZXMOTO 820RR relies on an overwhelming spec sheet to dominate the conversation. Housing an 819 cubic centimeters inline-3 engine that screams to produce well over 150 horsepower in its race-ready RS specification, it is a visceral assault on the senses. ZXMOTO has adopted a traditional strategy of aggressive expansion, offering a machine that claims a 0 to 100 km/h sprint in under 3 seconds. However, from a critical standpoint, this explosive, brutal power delivery demands exceptional throttle control from the rider to keep the rear tire from disintegrating over race distance. It is a blunt instrument swung with devastating force. Ducati, in a move that has deeply polarized the paddock, has done the exact opposite with the 2026 Panigale V2. Dropping the legendary 955 cubic centimeters Super Quadro, Bologna introduced an 890 cubic centimeters V2 engine equipped with variable valve timing, shockingly reducing peak output to a mere 120 horsepower. To the uninitiated, this looks like a surrender. But for those who understand track dynamics, Ducati is playing a brilliant defensive war. They have sacrificed 35 horsepower to gain a much denser, more usable torque curve of 93.3 Nm, prioritizing corner exit momentum over a terrifying top speed. This drop in power is explicitly balanced by an obsessive, extreme diet that fundamentally alters the bike's handling. The 2026 Panigale V2 has shed an astonishing 17 kilograms, bringing the dry weight down to a svelte 176 kilograms. To achieve this, Ducati committed the ultimate heresy, ditching their iconic single-sided swing arm for a lighter, symmetrical double-sided aluminum unit. On the track, this transforms the Ducati into a surgical scalpel. While the ZXMOTO 820RR, with its premium bolted-on Öhlins and Brembo GP4 hardware, wrestles its 168 kilograms mass through apexes with rigid twin-spar stability, the Ducati dances through chicanes with a communicative elegance that sheer horsepower cannot buy. When evaluating the electronic safety nets, the narrative shifts from raw hardware to algorithmic synergy. Both motorcycles boast a modern 6-axis IMU, cornering ABS, and lean-sensitive traction control. Yet, Ducati's Evo and 2.0 systems represent a masterclass in subtlety, intervening with the precision of a ghost to flatter the rider without neutering the experience. The ZXMOTO 820RR, utilizing an Android-based TFT and Bosch hardware, looks highly competitive on paper. However, under the extreme duress of WSSP racing, its calibration can occasionally feel reactive rather than proactive, proving that outsourcing premium components does not automatically equate to the seamless electronic harmony Ducati has perfected over decades. When staging these motorcycles for an exhibition booth or capturing them in a high-octane promotional video, the visual narrative is equally divided. The 2026 Panigale V2 might have lost its signature single-sided swing arm, but the return of the twin underseat exhausts evokes the timeless, photogenic romance of the classic 916. It remains a cinematographer's dream, naturally absorbing spotlight glare to project a sleek, premium exoticism perfect for slow, dramatic panning shots. The ZXMOTO 820RR, by contrast, rejects elegance for pure, unadulterated aggression. Covered in stark carbon winglets and featuring a massive titanium exhaust, its utilitarian aesthetic demands rapid tracking shots and edgy visual framing to convey its status as a hostile track weapon.